Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about the election. I'm not even going to bullshit with you. I was very excited when Biden became the apparent winner of the election, and it's no surprise that Trump is like sour grapes and not wanting to concede, and so the fuck what? Like, let the process play out, and uh, January 20th, 2021, will be inaugurating a new president. Um, I don't understand. I really don't. And one day I will want to be educated by somebody that actually loves Donald Trump as to why. However, I don't get it. I don't even know what this video is about right now. I just know, yeah, I want to talk about the election and kind of some of my thoughts leaving the election. Actually, I do remember now what I wanted to talk about. So, like, the night of the election, there was a few things happened, right? And there was a disappointment amongst a lot of Democrats that the vote wasn't um, as much of a mandate or as much of a landslide as they expected for it to be. And I got an issue with that because I don't think it's that simple. I think when it comes down to it, I was listening to James Carville over the weekend, and he was like, "I don't think this is going to be a close election at all." And I tend to not think that it's gonna be a close election. I think when all the votes are counted, Biden is going to end up with close to 300 or maybe even a little over 300 electoral votes, and Trump isn't going to get much more than what he's got. And the states that he won were states that they expected that he was going to win anyway. And so I think that we can have a sigh of relief in some ways. I think that Donald Trump is a very interesting character in terms of how he shows up as a human on this planet doing whatever he came here to do. And I think that there's that level of attractiveness and gravitas that he has that a lot of people love. However, I don't think the people that love him as much as we think. And I think that Joe Biden was just an okay candidate who came at just the right time. And I'm hoping that he was the okay candidate that ends up being the perfect candidate to move us to the next space of where we need to go as a society. Um, I'm not at all surprised that things turned out the way that they did. And I know some people, like I've got a few clients who I know are Republicans, and I'm sure that they voted for Donald Trump. And while I don't know why, I feel like I kind of do know why. And I think that it's easy to be a citizen in this country and be positioned in such a way where you don't have to concern yourself about certain problems in our society past watching them on television, whether it be the protest, even the virus, right? I think that there is a whole swath of our society that literally does that can almost dictate the terms under which they're going to be exposed to these things. So a lot of the ideas, including coronavirus, including Black Lives Matter, including police shooting and defund the police and all of these things, it's just theory to that part of the society. And it's not even just theory. I would argue that it's fantasy land to that swath of the society. And it's no accident that most major metropolitan areas where you have a large amount of people in one space are Democratic. It's because the rules in those parts of the country or in those parts of our society are different than they are in other places. Like even if we were to talk about gun rights, right? Like where I live, and this is in the suburbs and in the city, anybody could have a gun. My neighbor could have a gun. I've got several neighbors that are police officers, so I know they got guns. But anybody can have a gun, and those people are literally standing next to me. So the notion of even gun rights is different because it's like, okay, well, if they all got guns, then maybe I should have one. And even in the country when it comes to gun, this is an aside, but in the country when it comes to gun rights, like it's even more important because I've driven around this country a lot, and most of this country is rural until you get to a major metropolitan area. So while I'm driving, I realize how spread apart a lot of our society is. And when you're that spread out, then you would need some protection. But the bottom line of, I guess, the overarching thing, what I said with this, where I'm going with this election is that I don't think we're as far apart as a country as we think that we are. I do think that there's a whole swath of our society that doesn't have to deal with the reality of the other side, right? I think that that's where we need a lot of work. And I personally think that Congress should create laws maybe that are more local and not less. Maybe put more authority in the local communities than they do nationally, because we need that as a society. We need to have more individual kind of rules so that we can look at things on a more personalized and case by case basis. I feel like I'm a little all over the place, but I think there's an overall point of what I want to say in this particular video is that I think that the win was a good win, and I think it was a solid win. And I think that Joe Biden is a person that can actually talk to both of those sides. I hope he is once Trump leaves. I think that I don't think that people. I don't think there's quite the appreciation for what Trump has actually created in this country than what people think. Even the Trump supporters. I think once he's gone, then there's going to be a sigh of relief for everybody. Because I don't think anybody really wants to live in that high energy place. I think people want to be calm and steady state most of the time. And so, I don't know. Those are my thoughts. This is like a rambling video. However, whatever, it's a video. I know y'all love to hear my voice. So there it is. All right. Love you guys.